All through the Bible, we see several promises that God made. We also see his faithfulness in keeping them. In fact, the entire Bible centers around God's faithfulness in fulfilling his promise of salvation. I believe Abraham might not be the only person who God came to, but he stood out because he had faith in God's promise. Abraham believed God and it was counted to him as righteousness. Faith simply means believing in God. When we look at Hebrews chapter 11, the chapter many call the Hall of Faith because we see a lot of people in the Old Testament being talked about and their actions that were described as faith. By faith, Abel offered a more excellent sacrifice than Cain. By faith, Rahab the harlot did not perish when she helped the spies and tied the red cloth on her wall. There are so many examples like this, and every one of these, their actions were called faith. But for us today, this is what our faith means. Our faith is not something we're still hoping for, it is what we have already received in Christ. For those in the Old Testament, faith was about what they hoped for, the coming of Christ, the fulfillment of the promise, the coming Messiah. But for us, our faith is not just faith, it is faith in Christ himself. Hebrews 11:39 says, "These all, having obtained a good report through faith, received not the promise." What they hoped for back then is what we have received now. We have received the promise. What they longed to see has been fulfilled in us. Our faith is not something we set for the future. It's what we have received through the death, the burial, and the resurrection of Jesus. Through him, we have obtained faith that brings righteousness. Every action of those in the Old Testament was called faith. But for us today, faith means what we have received in Christ through his death, burial, and resurrection. We believed in his resurrection. That is our faith. Our faith stands in Christ Jesus.